Hawashai Bahasham Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone that rule impeccably well. And shalom to the Archeum that's pushing his truth, his sincerity across the globe, man, across the four winds. Now, I just want to get into this quick article. This is going to be an RFID Mark of the Beast update video. Here at GreatMillStone, any information regarding the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast spoken of in the book of Revelations, we cover those articles, man, or those news sources, or videos, whatever shape or format they come in, right? Because it's a major prophecy spoken of in the Holy Bible, right? And it also makes us know that we're currently in the end days. Now, right here, this is on the futurism.com. And it says here, all the rage in Sweden. It says, embedding microchips under your skin. Right now, Sweden is one of those places that have been, thoroughly involved in RFID technology, man. And the people of Sweden are very susceptible to the idea of RFID chips, man. Right? And a large majority of people over in Sweden are going to start having these RFID chips embedded in their skin, man, underneath their skin, as it tells us in the Bible, man, right? A lot of people in Sweden are already hip to the idea of getting RFID chips, man. So it just shows you that this thing is very close, man, because, when this thing spreads, to other neighboring countries, and then, it's going to come over to the UK and to the US, and then, eventually it's just going to be made mandatory, man, right? You can use Sweden as an example, because the people of Sweden are not that much different from the people over here and the people in the States, man, and all around the world, man, right? They're all looking for ease, they're all looking for, a quick, more progressive way to make payments. Right? And what better way than, the RFID chip mark of the beast, man? Right? So it says here, wallets are such a bother. Right? And that's how the article starts off, man. They say this shows you that, if you have a wallet, you basically, you back in time, man. Right? You ain't hip with the times. Right? You can't be using a wallet no more. You gotta get the RFID chip. Right? Or you ain't current. They flop around your pocket or purse, swelling as they munch on rarely used loyalty cards and superfluous receipts. But we're living in a freaking future now. Why do we still have to lug around several different credit cards or keys or irritating doors to the car and the office when technology has far surpassed the need for any of them? Right? Lots of people are moving to store these sorts of things in their smartphones. And really, when you think of these things, right, that they're making an issue, you having, debit cards in your wallet and, club cards or whatever they're talking about, those are not real issues, man, right? There's much worse issues in the world that we need to deal with, right, than the RFID chip. So it just shows you the power that media has, man. Because people are going to start saying to themselves, yeah, why do I have a wallet? Why am I carrying around all these cards, man? It's not really an issue. You don't take any more time out of your day. But people are very influenced by the media, man. Right? But we're living in the freaking future now. Why do we still have to lug around several different credit cards or keys for irritating doors to the car and the office when technology has far surpassed the need for any of them? Lots of people are moving to store these sorts of things in their smartphones, of course, using services like Apple Pay and smart locks, right? Which pretty much everyone is using that now, Apple Pay and smart locks, and you got the Android. People, this is a natural way of life now, to be using your phone to pay for things, man, right? But phones can be lost and hacked, so a growing number of people, including for whatever reason, about 3,000 Swedes, are opting for something even more invasive and arguably practical, a surgically inserted microchip, according to the Associated French Press, man, right? The chip itself essentially acts as a digital keychain, NFC, which stands for Near Field Communication, is a way of sending information wirelessly from a passive chip to a reader, but only when they are about 4 centimeters apart. You might have heard of radio frequency identification, yep, RFID, or RFID. NFC is a more sophisticated form of it. A chip in the hand can help people do things like sign into the gym, unlock doors to cars and offices, and make credit card payments. Over time. As the technology progresses, the implant will be able to do even more, right? So this whole RFID thing, what the so-called white man wants to do, right? These Edomites, the elite Edomites, they basically want everyone to be chipped, man, right? They want everyone to be chipped with this RFID chip technology, man. Ultimately, so they can control the people. They can have full control over your mind and your body, man. And then you're basically gonna just become another number on the system, right? Another sheep, which you already are, really. But this is gonna make it even easier for them to gain control. And whatever they want you to do, you're going to do, man, right? You will have no more so-called free will to do what you want, right? So-called. The technology itself is not new. In fact, Swedes and others have been using microchips this way since at least 2015. Even before then, groups of people have been meeting at implant parties, often organized by larger companies, to hook themselves up. And the chips are similar to the ones veterinarians implant in dogs and cats so that their owners can find them in case they run away again. But now people who get the implant aren't counterculture biohackers. They're the everyman. This is especially true in Sweden, where these chips are so mainstream that since June 2017, people have been able to buy train tickets with their microchips, man. So there's already people out there in Sweden buying train tickets, right, with the microchips implanted in their hand, man, right? So this thing is advancing very quickly, man. And then you got the ISP UK, you got, them guys basically saying that, it's not the mark of the beast and that Christianity is the mark of the beast. Well, them guys are off, man. If you follow that doctrine and you follow ISP UK, then you're going to get put to death, man. And you're going to end up taking the chip. Because if you don't believe the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, then ultimately you're going to take that chip when it's made mandatory, man. Right? You have no reason, they've taken the fear off of taking that. So that if you don't think it's the chip, then you're just going to take the chip, man. Right? They could track where you are, how long you take for lunch every day, or how many times you went to the bathroom. If the chip was scanned by a reader, and since most chips are offered through big companies, it's just a matter of time until this happens. And opting out of this kind of data collection is a lot more convoluted when you've got a chip implanted in your bodily tissues. If you want to go off the grid, or even in the smallest way, you can leave your wallet at home, but removing the microchip requires a bit more effort. And that's true, man, because once they chip you, man, ain't no going back, man. Right? Ain't no unchipping yourself. You ain't going to cut it out of your flesh and do all of that madness, man. Ain't no one going to do that. So once you're chipped for life, man. Right? But really, the Lord ain't even going to suffer for that to happen, man, for a very long time. Because once a certain amount of people get chipped, hey, man, we going to be out here, man. And there's the obvious data security concerns. No internet connected data, no matter how secure it may seem, is safe. Even NFC can be hacked with the use of a specialized reader and a lot of coding skills. Smartphones have tackled this security problem by combining NFC technology with biometric readings like your fingerprint. But microchips like these don't have such security, which could make your personal info more vulnerable to hacking. So we get it. Sweden, you're populated by futuristic cyberpunk badasses, while most of us are still stuck with humdrum brass keys and overscuffed wallets that bulges like a recently fed snake. But that's really it from this article, man. But that was just a quick RFID chip update, man, showing you that the advancement of this technology is happening day by day, and it's being perfected day by day, man. And I believe that really they're ready to roll this thing out, man. right? They're just waiting for the right time. Because the people are ready to take the chip, man. That's evident. People over here in London, in the UK, they're ready to take the mark of the beast, man. People over there in Babylon, in America, they're ready to take the chip. The whole world is ready to take the RFID chip, man. You're going to have a few, outbursts of rebellion and, people, they've heard that it's the mark of the beast. But as a whole, a lot of people are going to take the mark of the beast, man. And a lot of people are gonna die because of it, But the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the elect of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not going to take the RFID chip, man, right? Because the Lord say so, right? But with that, I'll say Shalom.